What's up guys, Gabe here. In this video, I'm gonna be giving you the blueprint I wish someone had gave me when I started online coaching in 2020. The exact roadmap that can take you from 0 to 10K, turning your Instagram into a social funnel. I'm gonna walk you through step by step inside of my rule board that will show you exactly the main pillars that you need to focus on if you're starting out or if you wanna get to 10K a month. These are the same systems that I'm using for my private clients right now, helping them scale towards and past 10K a month. But before we get into it, let me be straight with you. I didn't figure this shit out overnight. Spent 4 years posting content, trying to crack the code and barely making anything online. Then I hit reset and I rebuilt everything. And on my first month back online coaching, I cracked 11K. So what I'm about to show you is not fucking theory. It works for me, it works for my clients, so it should work for you, given that you put the work in relentlessly. And if you stay till the end, you'll know exactly what to do starting tomorrow morning in order to build a business that pays you. Not a hobby, not a dream. So let's dive in. When I look back, it wasn't the algorithm or luck that changed everything, it was structure. For years, I was posting random content, hoping one video would blow up. And then I built an actual system. The second I did, things clicked. First 11K a month, then consistent growth since then. So what I'm about to show you is in theory, it's literally the playbook that took me from chaos to clarity. Let's start with the first pillar. And by the way, this is for fitness coaches who want to skip the 4 years of trial and error and start making 10K a month with structure. That's my goal with this YouTube channel. It's to help you guys, basically it's to collapse time for you guys. If you guys can apply my advice and make money, then we'll end up working together and everybody wins. So please apply my advice, please make money so you can pay me. Just kidding, but not really. And before we get into it, subscribe, drop a comment, drop a like. It's the least you can do for this free information that I'm giving you, which is worth thousands of dollars, guys. Just think about it. If this fucking video can make you 4, 5, 10K a month, then it's a money printing machine, right? So least you could do is drop me some interaction for this free game. All right, so let's dive into it. First pillar, right? There's two worlds here. You know, just like in the Matrix, you can either take the blue pill or the red pill. Just like Neo. Let me explain to you what the blue pill and the red pill was in my case, right? So first of all, the blue pill, world one, vanity. I was obsessing over likes, comments, views, follower count. I didn't have an identity. I was like an industry plant. I even had like the C-bum haircut, mullet at one point. I was wearing a hat, you know, a classic gym bro industry plant, tagging brands on all of my posts, hoping to get sponsored. I wanted to get pimped out and I wanted to be reliant on brand deals. And I was building on external approval, right? This led to fucking burnout. Here's me in 2021, literally. I just got my coaching certification. I'll break this down in another video. Coaching certification versus high ticket skills. I do believe high ticket skills are more useful. I do believe a coaching certification is for those people, especially if you're already jacked, is for those people who are lacking confidence in what they can actually teach people and they think that getting a cert will change everything and magically you'll have all this knowledge and you'll have all these clients coming to you. That's not the case. This is the first thing I did. I got my coaching cert while posting content at the same time, but I was still broke, right? So here's me in 2021. Like I said, I was making my first lead magnet. It was an ebook. It was a guide on hypertrophy. We didn't have ChatGPT back then, so it took me a good 4 months actually writing this book, thinking again it would change the world. I was up all night, like researching, going on research papers. Like I almost turned into a science-based lifter doing this shit, bro. But the point is, I wanted this shit. I wanted my online coaching to work. And this is an example of a post that I would do. I would do like low calorie, high protein recipes, shit like that. And I would tag like Greg Doucette in my videos, Jesse James West, just to like get the attention, etc. They never saw my videos. Doesn't matter. And finally, in 2022, a year later, I finally got my first viral videos, right? And for a good 6 months, I was going viral. Every video would hit at least 100K views. So for me, I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it. A year later, I quit content because I was still fucking broke. So the problem here is I needed a fucking mindset shift, right? I needed a mindset shift. I needed newfound self-conviction and belief in order to find the red pill, world two. Obsessing over serving others with my story and my transformation. Identity-driven storytelling self-reliant income, building on purpose, not vanity. This is world 2, right? But in order to go from posting random content to strategic content tied to the offer, no structure and no conversions, to clear systems and automations, 0 to fucking 1K months to 30K months, as you can see here. Check it out. Literally from, like I said, first month cracked 11 grand, and then second month, no, sorry, not second month, fuck, I wish, but in August, cracked 28, almost 29, 28 grand and $800 and some change, right? So here, the thing is, I got less views overall, but give a lot more value to my audience. And I'm talking directly to my ICP, which we will dive into in the next pillar. And I'm still online coaching to this day. Even if I'm a business mentor, I'm still online coaching because 1, it prints, and 2nd, it's my passion. I'm a bodybuilder. I want to help people get in shape because I genuinely think it makes the world a better place. You can't lie, you can't lie about that. People that are in shape are generally happier, are healthier. It makes the world a better place. And it prints, like I said. The other day I closed a 1.2 grand upfront, paid in full, 3 months, no video calls, only text check-ins. And this is in my Discord, by the way, with my clients, where I sent them actually the sales calls so they could learn from my mistakes and my wins, etc. And this leads to my clients getting awesome fucking results. I'll let you pause this video and read it, but like, come on guys, we're literally like getting people out of the fucking 9-to-5 matrix grind. Like this guy Mark, bro, 2 months with us, now he's officially unemployed. And yes, that's a flex. He's not a slave anymore. He's not a slave to the matrix anymore. Less than 2 months of coaching, he's now free. And he matched and surpassed his income he was making from his 9-to-5 job. Then we have this guy, Luca. You probably heard of him. He's blowing up right now. He's gonna be a pro really soon. But we took him from fucking 3K to 15K. And then you have other examples here as well, like Albert, who literally signed, and within his first week, his first client. I'll let you, if you want to read that, you can pause it, but next. Pillar 2, right? This is where you want to craft your offer, and this is very important. You want to sell a transformation, not a task. Your offer is the bridge from point A to point B. People don't pay for workouts, they pay for fucking outcomes. Think about your point A to point B. Think about where you started to where you are now. That's what you should sell. So, who do you help? What result do you deliver? And how do you deliver it, right? Just to reiterate, task versus transformation. An example here would be I sell 8-week workout plans. That's a task. I help women lose fat, gain muscle, and feel confident again through home workouts and simple nutrition is a transformation. And that allows you to price your program to 1 to 3K and attract committed clients. Like this shit actually works, guys. Actually works. The more money your client pays you, the more committed they are. So don't feel bad for charging more. So now, who do you help? What result do you deliver? How do you deliver it? Right? So in order to understand, in order to answer these questions, you need to map out your client transformation, and you can literally steal this to have more clarity on your client transformation. This is the current state. This is the vehicle for getting results, which is your deliverables. And this is the end state or the prospect's dream, right? So if we look at an example here, the prospect hates low energy and lack of mental clarity. So you give him clean and unprocessed foods and lower his carb intake. And the end state is mental clarity, self-alignment, and conviction. Another example, he wants to simply feel better about himself at baseline and not be a fat piece of shit. Yeah, I was there. And probably you were there too if you started the gym or you were skinny, right? So the solution, the vehicle, is commitment to a high training frequency and a diet plan. And the end state is that the customer never breaks his word to self, which is great. An example here, like some hurdles to accomplishment, solution to hurdle, and post-solution hurdle. Your prospect doesn't understand, know a workout split and diet necessary to reach his goals. You tell him exactly what not to do regarding diet and training specifics. And the post-solution hurdle is he has all the information and frameworks to have control over his physique. He doesn't want to spend 2 hours a day in the gym, every day away from family, business, life. Compound lift focused training, so less total time has to be spent in the gym. Establish manageable workout schedule that integrates into lifestyle. Again, steal all this so you can understand what deliverables you need to actually give to your clients that are signing up with you, and something that they'll be, really, really happy with because it's going to solve their specific problems as well. as well. So this is like a general client transformation mapped out, but the more specific you can go, the more into your ICP, the better it's gonna be, right? So this is like your cheat sheet. Steal it guys, steal it, use it. And you can even make content out of this, you know? Like for example, you wanna call out video, you could literally start a video, a short form video or a YouTube video saying, if you don't wanna give up pizzas, burgers, etc., and you wanna lose weight, you want a six pack, here's exactly what I would do. I would integrate the 80-20 rule. I would integrate refeeds that respect total weekly caloric limitations. And you develop on that. So this could be a cheat sheet for your content. And the more specific you go, the more clarity your audience is gonna have when they watch your content, that you're directly talking to them because you know exactly what they're going through. And again, think about what you were going through when you started your journey. This is what should be your ICP. So once this is done, the next section is the Grand Slam Fitness Offer Guidelines. Yes, this is Hormozi's Grand Slam offer, but here's my take on it, guys. Here's how to make your offer impossible to refuse, okay? ICP clarity. Avatar. Be clear with your avatar. Are you coaching busy dads? Are you coaching students? Are you coaching shift workers, new moms, executives, bodybuilders? What are their top 3 pains? Is it time? Is it food? Is it their social life? Is it their consistency? Who is it specifically for? People that want to train three to four gym sessions a week? People who can follow a simple plan? People that are willing to film 2 form clips a week? And who's it not for? People that want to fuck around for 2 hours in the gym a day. People that won't track their basics, and people that want passive results. The more clarity you have in your ICP and who your program is for and isn't for, this process is gonna be that much easier, guys. Just do this, like take the time to write this down. So offer clarity. Template here is how to outcome in X time frame without big friction and keep it off using your method name. For example, how to lose 10% body weight in 20 weeks without training more than 4 hours a week and keep it off using the rebound method. Unique mechanism. You want this to be unique to you. What is your unique mechanism name that you can coin, right? This could literally be like your trademark, your program name. Be creative with it. So you want a method name and 3 steps. You know, it's simple, right? Fitness coaching is simple. At some point, it's all pretty much the same thing. You have your differentiators like, you know, your how you vary your deliverables, how you vary your bonuses included, and who you are as a person, right? So that's why you want a unique mechanism that you can kind of coin. This is an example here, but for my client Taha, you can screenshot this and you can literally like copy this, but make it for you. His unique mechanism is the TTC method. His 3 steps are metabolism reset, maintenance phase, and get jacked. And then a one-liner, right? Here's his one-liner. I help high-achieving men get jacked so their physique can finally match their ambition in 1 year or less without any more wasted time and effort using the TTC method. Friction killers. Stuff that removes objections up front. It would be, for example, if they're broke, financing options. Sunday meal prep SOP if they keep telling you they have no time to meal prep. Done for you meal prep. In Taha's case, he has a meal prep company called Habibi Meals and a recipe book from Habibi Meals. So they're always eating good food. And then you want to be able to confidently and say with conviction your first wins and how long it's going to take your clients to achieve their first wins. So day 1 to 3, plan loaded, the groceries are bought, the steps target set. Trust me, the more streamlined the onboarding is for your client and the more clear it is, you have way more chances that this customer stays a client forever and doesn't fucking charge back you, because we all hate chargebacks. And this is how you can mitigate those to the best of your ability. Deliverables. Periodized plan for the training, updated regularly as needed. However you want to do it, 3 to 4 times a week, 45 minutes. Form checks twice a week. Nutrition, custom macros, tweaks as needed. Recipe pack, 30 plus recipes, and eating out guide. Accountability, daily tasks. And I recommend you do a daily KPI tracker for your clients. Like literally just an automated Google form that you send them. They fill it out on every day. End of day report. Did you do your steps? Did you drink your water? How much water did you drink? How much did you follow your plan? If no, what did you eat off plan, or what meals did you miss? Did you do your workouts? Did you miss any exercises? Did you do your cardio? And they fill it out every day, and imagine the level of progress these guys are gonna have and how how much easier it makes your job instead of literally like just waiting on every check-in, however you want to however you want to do your deliverables, waiting for every check-in to ask them like, okay, how was this week? And then your client's like on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday. Now you have all the data in front of you. So your check-ins are a lot smoother, a lot faster. You just review the data on a day-to-day basis every morning. You say, okay, bro, why didn't you do your cardio yesterday? Well, what's up? What's your solution to do it today? You know, so it frames you as a coach that fucking cares. But it's automatic, right? All you have to do is respond and based off of the feedback. So this makes your life a lot easier. Okay, so weekly check-ins, right? Weekly check-ins are great. WhatsApp, Telegram access as well. You know, like for me, what I found is I love to separate my Instagram with my coaching, because my Instagram is now just a fucking huge ass funnel, and I want to separate my clients from my Instagram. I use Discord for fulfillment, but you know, keep it simple. If you're starting WhatsApp, Telegram, keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Reviews, you want a bi-weekly video audit, monthly progress review, right? And then bonuses, you know, you could pick 2 to 4, plateau kill kit, holiday survival map, form library. This is great, like form libraries, like people really, really appreciate form libraries. 6-week maintenance blueprint. If ever they depart from your coaching, this could be set in the pitch, you know, that they get a 6-week maintenance blueprint once they stop, once the program ends. Just little things like that add some value and make the deliverables clear enough for people to say, okay, I'm just fucking retarded if I say no. Risk reversal. So risk reversal is great, right? So for compliance guarantee, if you hit 85% plus tasks for 4 weeks and don't lose 0.5 to 1% body fat a week, body weight a week, I coach you free until you do. Or sprint assurance. No visible win by day 21. We run a 7-day one-on-one sprint at no cost. Defined compliance scorecard. Workout, steps, protein, sleep, check-in. If you had all of this, if you could tell all of this with clarity during your sales pitch, how much more coaching do you think you would sell? Tell me. I want you to audit everything you're currently doing, you're currently offering, using this formula and see what you can increase or eliminate today, guys. Today. Business loves speed. Money loves speed. So act on it, please. So now it's building your social funnel, right? What's a social funnel? It's basically your social media turned into a sales funnel. Let's keep it simple. So there's the awareness from the content, there's a nurturing from your stories, and then there's a conversion from the DMs and calls, right? So let's get into all of these. The content engine. So there's 3 types of content, right? There's viral content, there's educational content, and then there's proof and connection. So viral content, as we all know, it's to grab attention, it's to get new and fresh eyeballs on your page. If you're not using, like, just a side note, if you're not using trial reels, look into trial reels. I don't know what the fuck you're doing if you're not posting trial reels at least once a day. You're sleeping on engagement, bro. You're sleeping on views, you're sleeping on followers if you're not posting on trial reels. And followers are important because that creates, every time someone follows your account, it's a new fucking lead. I'm sick and tired of hearing coaches saying, oh, I don't like DMing people. I don't like doing that, you know, I don't like it. I come off as needy. Shut up, bro, you're broke. You're fucking broke, dude. You don't want to come off as needy, but you are fucking needy. You need money. You need success. Put in the work, dude. Put in the work. Money's not gonna fall out of the sky. You have to actively put in the work. My best students are the ones that are on the Discord every fucking day, DMing side by side with me and my brother, and us making sure that they're responding in the best way possible to maximize conversions. They're in the trenches every fucking day. I got a 17-year-old in my program, and his first week with us, he made $1,000. 17-year-old made 1K online in his first week. That is fucking retarded. That is exactly why I do what I do, to be able to see results like this. Imagine that 17-year-old, imagine his parents, him going to his parents saying, hey bro, not bro, sorry. Hey mom, I just made $1,000 my first week online coaching. Could you imagine when you were 17 saying that to your parents? No. Why? Because you're not as hungry as that 17-year-old that's in our program. His name's Marwan. You're not as hungry as him. So get hungrier, dude. If you actually want this, get hungrier and be ready to be in the trenches and put in the fucking work. I digress. In educational content, this is where you build authority, teach micro solutions, bust myths, and share your frameworks, right? This is useful. This is the useful stuff. This is like this video. This is where I'm showing you that I'm an expert. And you have to show your audience that you're an expert and you are qualified to be a coach, right? But don't don't just tell your audience, oh, here's my top 3 creatine sources, my top 3 creatine brands, here are my top 5 chest workouts. No, fuck that shit. No one wants to watch that shit. Do you watch that? I bet you don't. But imagine it was framed like this. I used to hate taking my shirt off in public until I eliminated these 3 foods in order to lose 20 pounds. I used to hate wearing wife beaters until I found out about this one concept that grew my arms. Can you imagine the amount of retention you would get from just using those hooks instead of top 3 bicep exercises, bro? No. Stop that bullshit. Stop it. I'm sick and tired of that. I'm sick and tired. Proof and connection content. You build trust, you showcase client wins, your story, and behind the scenes. This is crucial. In the beginning, you probably won't have much of your client wins, but you want to tell your story, because if you don't have many client wins, what you want to do is you want to use your own story in order to sell the transformation, because you're the one who went through the transformation and that's what you're selling, right? So until you have client wins to share, use your story. And don't just do the classic, I lost 50 pounds in 6 months. Talk about the emotional hurdles. Talk about everything that I showed you here, okay? I want you, instead of making this for your ideal client, make it for you. Start by making it for you. And then you'll see some similarities with your ideal client, because it should be the same fucking thing or pretty similar. We all know, obviously, this converts to attention, right? Like, what you want to do is, once you get results, you want to turn results into content in order to attract more leads, and then you repeat the cycle. Rinse and fucking repeat. You collect transformations, wins, and screenshots from clients, repackage them into new proof plus connection posts, and each success story fuels your next wave of attention. The loop never ends. Every success story becomes your next marketing asset. Stories, they're very easy to do and they're very easy to fuck up. So daily stories, this is like your reality TV show. You want to use this to prove that your philosophy and lifestyle are aligned on a day-to-day basis. What you show on Instagram, what you preach on Instagram is aligned with what your life actually looks like, you know? So you might think it's irrelevant, but sharing your meals on a daily basis, showing that you're disciplined, showing the car you drive, showing the gym you go to, showing your pump on a daily basis, showing that you do your cardio, showing the books you read, showing the content you consume in order to help people. This adds a layer of personal, like a reality TV show. It's like we're in your life with you, you know, we're living it with you. And people want that, right? Answer me this, guys. Why do you think influencers make so much goddamn money? Because people think they're friends with the influencer, so they use the code. Like, that's the simplified reason. So if you can kind of replicate that, plus combine it with high-ticket coaching, you'll print, dude. You'll fucking print. And story sequences, next. So story sequences are where you share mini stories that highlight pain, solution, and hope. Here's an example of one that I did for my client who recently won his pro card. I'll scroll through it. I used to deliver newspapers at night, video games all day, and smoke just to escape. No structure, no direction, just procrastination. Every day I told myself I'd change tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. Sound familiar? Next. I was tired of leveling up a video game character. It was time to level up myself. I hired a coach and decided to put everything into bodybuilding. Result, pro card achieved. After 7 years of dedication and betting on myself, the lazy version of me had to die in order for me to embrace the unknown, the same unknown that I used to fear. Sound familiar? If it does, that's okay. I want my story to be the proof that you can achieve anything through hard work and dedication, just like they did, and 20 plus other men. They were just like you and me. Only difference is we decided to level up our real life characters. DM me level up and let's build something real, long-term, and worth it. And this is gonna be the first highlight that we see when we go on his page. So you see his content. For example, you look at his, he does this content strategy, he does this viral content, educational content plus proof connection. From the viral content, he'll get more profile visits from new followers, etc. They're gonna stalk him, they're gonna look at what he's about, they're gonna see the first story highlight named Start Here With This, it's his story, and they see, boom, directly, relatable. Yes, he looks like a fucking Greek god right now, but this is his before situation. And he didn't look bad, but video games, shitty job, smoking weed to escape. A lot of men can relate to that. So right away, first thing, something relatable from the guy. This not only creates a connection with your prospect from looking and reading through this entire sequence, but it plants the seed in their mind that you are someone that is approachable, relatable, and someone that can work with them to get them out of their before situation as stated in this first sequence. Not sequence, the first story. So CTAs, it's not a spray and pray method contrary to what you may have experienced or seen or done in the past. People answer the call when done right. It's all about timing, right? So here, another example from the same dude, 5 clients showcase stories, 5 transformation stories. We got Gajon, his name is actually Gajon. I don't know, guys, I'm not his parent, I'm not his dad, I didn't name him. Stats, Jonathan, pictures, stats. Samuel, pictures, stats. Mohammed, pictures, stats. Stefan, the 5th one he's gonna post, pictures, stats, CTA. About 1 in 5, or about like every week or every 2 weeks, you should do a hard CTA in your stories. Because other than that, it positions you as someone who is too needy, and that's actually counterproductive to attracting new clients. That's not how the law of attraction works. You need to be, and then you will attract, right? So you need to start acting like the coach that's already full. And don't give no bullshit about like 5 spots left, sign up for my coaching. That has never sold a single program in my experience ever. Maybe 1 or 2, but like, come on guys. I'm sure you've done that before. Did it work? No. And if it did, it's because you probably set up the scarcity effect right. So use it on the right timing. Next, conversion engine. DMs to call the client to money. So first things first, if you have a setter or you're doing it yourself, the first thing you want to do is to qualify. You want to ask what your prospect is struggling with, what they want, and see if they're a good fit with your program. Very important. You actually need to qualify them. So once you've qualified them, prescribe your program and show them how this program bridges the gap, right? And then offer them a call. I don't know why this is written twice. My bad. Yeah, offer them a call and then close them on the call by pricing confidently, sending them a Stripe link, and onboarding them fast, cash collecting on the same call. And simple call framework here. So you want to introduce and frame. A quick tip for you guys, when you want to frame your calls is straight up in the beginning. No bullshit. This is how I frame my sales calls in the beginning. Yeah, what's up, Jonathan? How is your day going? Okay, nice. Okay, you just got off work. Amazing, bro. Amazing. How's the shift? Oh, all right, man. All right. So you're gonna head to the gym after this call. Amazing, dude. That's actually great timing. So listen, Jonathan, I've done like thousands of these calls with thousands of different guys. And my goal here is to understand your end goal, where you wanna be in 3, 6, 12 months. Understand what you're currently doing and what's stopping you from getting to that goal. That makes sense, Jonathan? Oh, yes, it makes sense. Okay, bro. And all I ask from you is just because I value your time and I know you value mine, is that at the end of this call, you give me a clear yes or no. Not I want to think about it, not I want to talk to my dog, not I need to talk to my mom, my girl, whoever. Like, we can both agree that we're talking about you, your goals, your body, right? So the decision is in your hands, right? Yes. Okay, amazing, dude. So tell me, what are you currently doing? Boom, frame done. Deep dive, pain discovery, the transition that you just saw me do. Tell me, what are you currently doing in the gym? Blah, blah, blah. What are you eating? A good question I like to ask, just a little life hack here, is what did you eat yesterday? Boom. This gets the person to open up and tell you like exactly what they ate yesterday, and then you'll have an idea of what they actually eat on a day-to-day basis, right? Because most people like the bullshit. Oh yeah, I usually eat chicken rice and your 20% body fat, bro, bullshit, come on. You be snacking. Tell me exactly what you ate yesterday, and you'll be able to see the macro patterns with that. For example, if they tell you the pain, they're like, I've been fat for 20 years. You don't want to just say, okay, man, that sucks. You want to be like, all right, so you've been struggling with this from 20 years. Like, tell me, bro, like what has been stopping you from actually looking for a solution or actively trying? Have you been trying? Yes, I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried keto, I've tried fasting. Nothing works. And then you're like, nothing works? I mean, that's normal, bro. Like, it seems to me like you don't have a clear structure and you haven't stuck with anything for longer than X amount of time frame. Is that right? Yeah, that's right, man. It's just hard because of this. Okay, I see. And then you keep digging. And by digging, You allow them to close themselves by talking themselves into the sale, right? Because they're in pain. Once that's done, then you future pace on their dream situation. Remember this? Yes, this. Future pace them on the end state. So for example, Jonathan, he's a 30-year-old man and he's single and he's obese and he wants to start getting girls. Future pace him on how exactly your program is gonna get him girls. Think about it. Like when you're at the car salesman, which salesman would you buy from? The salesman that just tells you about the fucking car, the specs and everything, or the salesman that tells you how much fucking roadhead you're gonna get in the car because you bought that nice new fucking Audi, right? Probably the salesman who is pitching the roadhead versus the salesman who's just pitching the fucking car. Boring, boring, boring. Nobody's gonna buy that. And then after, once you future pace, this is when you deliver the offer. You walk them through all of this basically, your Grand Slam offer sheet. And once that's done, then it's just the price drop. And tip for you guys on the price drop, shut the fuck up. This is a great way to drop the price. You can ask permission. Like, okay, sounds like, did you have any questions about the program? And sometimes clients will ask you, okay, just how much is it? You know, how much is all of this? For sure it's not free. And then you can tell them, you can price drop, or if they're just like, no questions, you wait like 5 seconds. All right, cool, man. So can I get your permission to walk you through like what the investment would look like? And then once you do that, once you get the permission, what you want to do is frame them on how this is a long-term process. So what I do is, all right, so you and I, we both know that you've been doing this for years, right? So it would be completely unreasonable for you to solve this in a month. Yeah, right. Okay, so that's exactly why I sign people up for the program for minimum 3 months and 6 months ideally, to really make sure that these habits that they're gonna go through, these changes that they're gonna go through, stick with them for a lifetime. Sounds fair, Jonathan? Yeah, that sounds fair. All right, so for that 6-month investment, we're looking at a total value of $5,000. And then you let them process the fucking number. You need to train yourself to shut the fuck up and not over-justify your price points. I'm telling you, crucial. Don't over-justify. Once you over-justify, then it screams insecurity in your prospects' minds. So let them process the number. If no objections, great. Process the payments. If objections, learn objection handling, you know. But pre-frame them in the beginning, like where I told Jonathan that I would only take yes or no for an answer, not I'm gonna think about it, not I'm gonna talk to my wife, blah, 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 because I don't care. I don't want to waste his time. I don't want him to waste mine. So boom, that objection pre-handled. And then pre-handling objections should also be done in content. So main objections you get on the sales calls over the macro. Let's say you do 10 sales calls this week. What's your closing rate? What are the main objections? And what are the main pain points? So from the closed calls and from the unclosed calls, you take the main pain points, you look at what's working, and from the unclosed calls, you take the main objections, and then you make videos pre-handling them. So for example, at some point, my main objection was that I didn't have money. And my target audience, I'm a young dude, I'm 24, so my target audience, my ICP was men from 17 to 25. And guess what men from 17 to 25 do? They waste thousands of dollars a month in clubs. So then what did I do after my first week of sales calls and no one had money? I made a video about how young men are super retarded for spending money, thousands of dollars a month in the clubs with no fucking ROI on their life. And these girls that they're trying to impress, they don't care. These girls don't give a fuck, bro. These girls are waiting at the finish line for the winners. They're not waiting at the club for some fucking minimum wage worker or some low salary worker saving up his monthly paycheck and spending it on bottles at the club. They don't care about that. So I made a video about that, and guess what I did? I sent it directly to the people who did not close, or the people that were giving me price objections in the DMs about how they didn't have money. And I knew it would trigger them. But that's my job as a coach. My job as a coach is to trigger them enough to take action. So that's a bunch of free game for you guys. I know I said a lot of information. Write this shit down. I hope you're writing this shit down. All right, so objection handling, right? Like I said, should be done in the content. And it should be done as you get more data, okay? And then after, it's the commitment. And printing hack here for you, turn on financing in Stripe payment link settings to collect more upfront while your clients still pay monthly. Printing hack. Klarna, Affirm, everyone's using it. Everyone. All those coaches you see making 20, 30, 40, 50K months, it's all in financing. Who actually has 50K except the banks and financing companies? Come on, guys. You should know by now, money isn't real. You need to use middlemen like Klarna, Affirm, Alvio, different guys, in order to give us the money up front while our customers can still pay a monthly fee. When the economy is broken, you want to find ways to use it to turn it in your favor. And the thing you want to do with all of this, right, is like I was saying, you want to track everything in order to make that content. These were all my sales calls this month. And I know exactly where these people come from. Is it inbound? Is it outbound? Is it from an ad? Which ad? Is it from a story sequence? Which story sequence? Is it from content? Which piece of content? And what I saw personally was story sequences and ads. So I chilled on the short form content a bit and long form content as well. So I'm focused more on the long form. I'm focused more on my story sequences, and I'm focused more on my ads, right? Because that's where my money is currently coming from. I'm just gonna pull the levers in my business that allow me to print more and more consistently. And you should be doing it too. So this is every point in the conversation that is relevant that turned up into a call. And again, with this, I can see the macro trends at a glance into my conversations, where they're coming from, what they're talking about, and then I can make my content or pull the levers in my business accordingly. Time is everything, guys. Like it says, turn common objections, pain points into pre-objection handling and nurturing content. Nurturing content from pain points, pre-objection handling content from the objections. So this all is a flywheel that feeds itself. It feeds itself because you post content, you gain attention, you nurture them, you convert them, and then you feed the flywheel. You feed the engine. You keep feeding the engine. It's just a never-ending loop of content and problems that you solve. And you master these three systems and you'll never worry about your leads again, guys. Trust me. So here's how you scale these pillars. I don't want to go too deep into it. This is already a long fucking video, but how to scale these pillars, it's not about working more, it's about multiplying what already works. Kind of like this hack here. 4 things you want to do in order to scale is automation and systems, right? You want to make sure your onboarding is streamlined using templates, Stripe, auto emails. You want to make sure you have a CRM setup like Go High Level, tracking dashboards on Miro, like what I'm doing with my call bookings. For leads, clients, and check-ins as well. You want to create SOPs for your daily operations. Clarity equals freedom, right? Free your mental bandwidth so you can focus more on growth and pulling the right levers. Authority content, you want to film 1 long form video weekly or 2 a month, 2 to 4 a month basically. YouTube, podcast, live streams. You chop it up into shorts, carousels, and quotes. Speak directly to pain points your audience Googles daily and show behind the scenes of your systems, credibility over hype. Like what I'm doing here. Community and proof flywheel. You want to showcase client wins weekly, screenshot stories, features, build a private group, Discord where results are public, encourage user-generated content, they sell for you. Create referral challenges for Hall of Fame moments. And team delegation. Hire setters to manage DMs and pipeline. Train closers to handle calls using your scripts and values. Outsource editing and admin work. Track KPIs weekly, leads, calls, sales, client wins. And that's pretty much all the sauce I'm gonna give you in this video. Like, yes, this is very brief. Yes, it could be a lot more developed, but that's gonna be for another video. This is the solution to get you your first 10K month. This is the solution to get you 20, 30K month, right? So for a lot of you guys, just apply this and apply this for the next month, 2 months, and make your first 10K month. And text me when it happens, bro. Text me when it happens. So then I can show you the next steps. So I hope this helped. I hope you have an amazing day, guys. I hope you please apply this advice. If you want to DM me directly on Instagram to book a one-on-one call or use the link in the description for me to audit your current operating system, it will be a pleasure to do so. Why not do it now? Because I know we're going to end up working together anyway. Like this advice I'm giving you, it's way too valuable for you to not make money with it. So if you apply at a minimum, you will see results and you will end up working with me. I'm confident in this. So save us both some time, send me a DM, and let me audit what you're currently doing. If we don't end up working together, at least you'll get some free custom advice based on your current situation. If not, again, subscribe, drop a comment, like. Have a nice day, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video.